Welcome to Rex Arthur TV. This is the LGBTQ channel that talks about LGBTQ issues and experiences. And today we want to focus on coming out. Now, to come out or not to come out is the question. I have come out and I've been out. Sometimes I go in, sometimes I go out, going back in the closet. And but I've been out most of the time. As I said in the other video, the time I came out was around 2012. I think that was the time because I used to post a lot on social media and my Facebook was very public. And it's from 2012 that I said, yes, I think this is time for me to come out, that I'm gay, uh, and I love loving men sexually, and yes, I'm sexually attracted to them. Yes, and that was my uh I used to support everybody. Of course, when I first started, I was more geared to gay men, and now I've evolved. Now my activism is mostly LGBTQ. I all LGBT double QI double AP. Now I've included everybody in the spectrum. As long as you are an ally, especially for the straight people, you are part of the community if you are an ally. Yes, that's so basically the only people who are not in that bracket of LGBT double QI double AP are homophobes, or not necessarily homophobes, but straight people that don't support LGBTQI people. And of course, there are many, and of course, they are hidden. And that's the beauty of coming out. You see, when you come out, you are actually naked. It's like you've removed your clothes, and everybody knows who you are. You know, I was reading something in the Bible that made me interested. That they talk of the full armor of God, and they say we wear the belt of truth. Now, but when I was reading it in the King James Bible, which is my favorite Bible, apart from King James doing what he always used to do, um, it says God, gut, gut, meaning wear a girdle. And I was really wondering, why did they use the word girdle and not the word belt like other Bibles? And I see that a girdle is kind of like a clothing that is put around your private parts. And it's put around your private parts so that nobody knows what your private part looks like, or you protect it from destruction. Now, when you go to the battlefield, I'm yet to read the history of war, but I want to find out whether there were warriors who used to go and target the private parts of people, of the warriors. Because, even in boxing, you're not supposed to hit below the belt. If you hit below the belt, you have crossed the line. And that's what I wonder. Why could it be that the word belt was actually meaning protect the truth, protect the truth. This is who I am. Because basically, in the past, in the ancient days, people used to wear robes. And some people, you will never know whether whether they are men or female, male or female. There are some females who don't have breasts, or their breasts are flat, their chests are flat. And then they cut their hair, and you will think, is this a man? And then there are men who are very feminine. They can have hips, and they cut their hair or they cover their head like what happens in the Arab world. And you'll ask yourself, is this a woman? You see? So, but basically in war those days was very manly. So there was no woman in the war field. So they just wore the belt to protect the, because I'm using the word truth. That's what the writer Paul said, that you put on the belt of truth. It's a part of the arm of God. And but in the King James, it's guard yourself with the truth. And so the girdle, the skirt, is worn to protect. You wear truth onto your private parts. So your identity is the truth. When you come out and you tell people, this is who I am, especially sexually, it is because sex is a very private thing. It's private. So being private, it is astonishing for somebody to mention something private in public. It's astonishing. Do you know why straight people don't say they are straight? You see, they don't. Straight people don't. Do they come out? You don't make, because the normal or the so-called heteronormative, what is seen as culture all over the world is that everybody is straight. That is it. That's the culture in the world. Everybody is straight. There's nothing like, and people like that system. They like that system whereby everybody is straight and let's go on with life. But the LGBTQ people, they choose to come out. And there are very many reasons why you come out. Not you have to, you come out. Number one, you feel free. And what I mean by freedom is you feel good about who you are. And you even want to tell everybody, this is who I am. Secondly, for medical reasons, because some people may be wanting to engage with you sexually and you are actually an intersex. Can they handle you? You see? And so, and other people, they come out so that we can create a space whereby LGBTQ people are respected, are recognized as citizens. Now, that's where there's a bit of war in many countries because they don't want people to know who is LGBTQ. They want everybody to stay quiet. It's like everybody is straight. So if you come to that country, you don't even know who is gay. See, it's a very crafty thing not to have people who are out because you basically don't know whom to talk to. Anyway, I don't want to go deep into philosophy. I am seeing myself running there and I don't want to go there. Let me just pause there. So I came out that time, and one of the reasons why I came out, that's the time I became atheist, and uh, I understood that I started enjoying sex. I loved sex, and I loved rejoicing over it. So, and because of that, I became activist, and because I was atheist, I didn't support religious people because they're homophobic. And guess what? That's why I even said I don't. You can be homophobic and you are gay. That's what happens to very many people. What is meaning homophobic? It is to hate or to fear homosexuals or homosexuality. And it can affect even somebody who is gay. Yes, it can. Why? Because they are in areas of that have internalized homophobia. I mean, it's what you call internalized homophobia. This is whereby you are gay, but you don't like yourself. You don't like, it's like, why am I like this? Why? And you even try to change yourself. It affects even transgenders, is even worse. That's why most of them commit suicide. Some of them, not all, they commit suicide because they're having a war that is very internal and they don't know where to settle. This is why they always advise the LGBT community to be around areas where they can get counseling and they can talk to a psychologist and they can talk to a person, or they can have, go out, go and have a social gathering, spend time with people who are like you. That's how it's therapeutic, it is healing because you get cooled down. Yes, and that's why gay marriage is good. I support it because it it makes people, I mean, you cool down, you're with somebody who is like you, it's very nice. You just know this guy is just like me. Oh my god, let me just be with him and stay with him. It kind of cures all the hurt you're having in the life because of being gay. So that's how you can cure a lot of the wars you get when people are not happy with your life because of who you are. Now, that is the coming out. I mean, that is the internalized homophobia that affects many people. They can be gay, but they don't like their gayness. The people who come out are gay and happy to be like that. They are transgender and happy to be transgender. They are bisexual and happy to be bisexual. They are lesbians and happy to be lesbians. And they are and pansexual, intersex, all of these, they are happy. They have accepted themselves. That is why it is called pride. Now, of course, religious people fear that word pride because they think it means you're becoming very proud. And no, pride, the word pride and the beauty of English, it's interpretation that is king. It's not the word that is king, it is interpretation of the word that's king. When my parents says I'm proud of you because of what you've done, that's what I'm happy. I feel I can talk about you. This is who you are. That is pride. That's the pride that LGBT people have. They have it to say it builds their self-esteem. It's like encouraging yourself that yes, I am. I am like this. I'm sexually diverse, sexually different, and I'm happy with my life. I want to live a good life, even though people may hate me for who I am. You know, this is who I am, and let's go on with life. Now, that's the difference between someone who has come out and someone who is closeted because of internalized homophobia. Because basically, if you are not homophobic, you will come out. Yes. People who are not homophobic will come out. People who are not homophobic will accept somebody who is homosexual. They will not attack him and say, oh my God, you're gay. Never call me again. Never send me a text. I don't want to mix with people. I've met very many people like that. I've socialized with so many people on social media who are like that. They just send you texts that are so so horrendous because they don't want to accept you. That's homophobia. But if you have a friend and tell them, hey, I'm gay. Oh, you're gay. Okay, good. Fine. No problem. Let's live together. I may not like you, but of course, let's be together. I can't discriminate against you. Yes, then that's somebody who is not homophobic. And that's somebody who can tolerate you. And that's what we want society to be. Because now the problem we are having is when you come out and people become intolerant to you, there's a way they make then those who have come out to be intolerant to others. So what happens is there's a war that happens in the community, even in the LGBT community. LGBT communities, there's those people who are out and they don't respect the decision of those who are in the closet. So what happens is they fight each other. And sometimes when you try and interact with those who are out, they may not really interact with you who is in. And the in person does not want to spend time with the out person. So it is a very dicey situation, because someone will ask himself, but why are you out? You know, why did you come out? You know, you should have just stayed in. We do our things in secret. And basically for me, I came out because it was important, and it is important for society to know that LGBTQ people exist, and they have to learn how to live with LGBTQ people. Yes, that's why I came out, and that's why I'm still out, albeit in a different way. Like now, I am not necessarily as active as I used to be in my activism, but I'm still active. I do my best to raise issues as I can, because you know there are prices I've already paid for coming out, but I don't regret paying those prices. That's life, and that's life, and that is how you live your life. You know why you've made a decision and why you've done it that way. And of course, like living in Africa, there's a lot of challenges. People are still coming up. But as I've said, the best people to fight for your rights are, it's you yourself. You are the best person to redeem yourself, to fight for your life. No one is going to fight for your life. It's only you. And even if somebody tries to fight for your life, he can't do it as well as you can. That's why LGBT, I respect, this is also a video to honor the activists who are out there. They do a good job. You know, the ones, especially in Africa, they are, we commend them with all our hearts, because it's not an easy job to stand out and say, this is who I am. I mean, everybody sees you walking and they just say, this one is just looking for this one. You know, if you've lived in Africa, you know how sometimes Africans are, some, not all Africans though, there are others who are a bit too nosy. Others are not nosy. So it just depends where you are. And so the I think, to conclude this video, it's not a long video, very short. When you want to come out, you can come out. First of all, coming out is your own decision. You can even come out if you don't have money, if you don't have a job. It's up to you, because it's what you want to do. You see, it's what you want to do, what your spirit, what your being wants you to express. You see, that's what you should do. And if you want to come out, come out. If you don't want to come out, you can stay in, because it's understandable. Some people have jobs because they're in. They're in the closet. Yes, but I am what I want to say is, I am for coming out more than staying in the closet. Reason being, society needs to know that gay people exist. You see, gay people are being criminalized when they are actually living their lives. That's sad. There is no need of criminalizing someone who it's proven by science that is who you are. You know, science has already proved it's too much now. They have even found the gay gene, 2 genes, and they're going to find more. They're going to find more. They're going to find more and more and more, and people are just going to be like, what? You know, we are attacking people. I mean, Britain is always apologizing for the laws they have done. Even today, I was so happy to read on Twitter that gay therapy has been discarded. Yes, very happy. There is no point of, I call gay therapy gay destruction. You are killing somebody. It's just bad. You cannot change. You see, what is therapy? Therapy is healing. So why is gay love bad? It's not bad. It's not a sickness. You see, therapy is only given to those who are sick. See, homosexuality is not a sickness. It's just another way of expressing love. That's homosexuality. And it is practiced by homosexuals and bisexuals. Yes. That's why a heterosexual that has sex with the same sex is not a heterosexual, he's a bisexual. He's not a heterosexual. I know people will say that these guys are straight, like the ones who say when you look at porn, they're straight acting. I mean, they're straight porn actors who act, do gay sex in porn. Straight dudes, if you've seen porn. And no, they are not. Those are they have gay blood in them, because gay sex is real. So if they have had the real act has happened, then they are gay. And if they go and have sex with a woman, they are bisexual. So that's the thing of coming out and staying in the closet. So in my view, it's better to come out just to solve the issue that these people exist. Secondly, to let people who are out live their lives. Yes, they live their lives. Let them live their lives. Let them do what they want to do, as long as it's within the law. That's why we are happy with countries like South Africa. They don't decriminalize homosexuality. They've even allowed gay marriage. Yes, that's a very good move. And then Mozambique has also done well. They have decriminalized gay sex. Why? Because there is no need to criminalize people who engage in love. No need. You're in love. You have decided you love each other. You are into each other. Why go to jail for that? Why be punished? And so that's why we are on the side of the LGBTQ movement, to open up the space for recognition for LGBTQ persons in the society, so that LGBTQ people can be engaged in building the society. Look what's happening in America. It's beautiful. Do you know this year of the 2018 midterm elections, over 400 LGBT persons are going to run for office? See, very soon, America is going to be a free country whereby LGBTQ persons have the right to do what they want. They can even lead. They can even serve. Look what Obama did to the military. He allowed gay people to serve. They're in the army. And it's a good thing. Why? Because they are also citizens. So don't make somebody not be a citizen. Don't make somebody not be part of the society. Secondly, to help other people understand gay people, LGBTQ community, educate the people. Tell them that these people exist. Yes, tell them LGBTQ people exist. And speak to them and educate them. Of course, everyone is learning about, thanks to internet, it's understandable. But for me, the best form of education is family education, is whereby parents sit down with their children and tell their children, these I know LGBTQ people exist, and let me tell you, if any of my children here, if you're an old father, if any of my children here are LGBTQ, I just want to accept you. I love you. And if the mother is there, if any one of them, I love you, and we love you. You need to affirm, show love to your children who are LGBTQ. There is nothing else. They will feel at peace because anybody can hate them, but not their parents. Not their parents. They should be there for them. And if parents make that, if we use that other strategy of families, of allies, you know, allies come and tell their children, because most allies are heterosexual, all allies are heterosexual, they have their children. They sit them down and tell them, hey, if you see your brother like this or your sister like this, don't attack them. Love them. This is who they are. It is natural. Sometimes we can give birth to children who are queer. You have done the job. So even if they go to school, the schools don't have to be really ramming it in the head of people that these guys exist, because if this child goes back to a home that is homophobic, he will hate his school. Yes, so that's my strategy. You know, some people don't like strategies, but for me, I think the best one is to start in the family. Second place to do to help people understand LGBTQ people is church, is religious centers and spaces, because religion talks about homosexuality, but in a negative way. And there's a need to discuss the effect of talking about it negatively and the effect of talking about it positively. So religious spaces are also very important. Then the next space that's important is the education space. That's a school system whereby you are free to, you are all free to do what? To engage. I mean, the teachers, and from the elementary to tertiary, when you go to university, all of that, all of those systems should have touched about those topics slightly, not so heavy, but not so, and not so lightly, just enough for people to understand. Okay, guys, thank you so much for this time. That is our view. Come out, it's fun. Of course, enough are coming out and they are causing, of course, many ripples. People are beginning to know, wow, you mean this guy was like this? Wow, yes, yes. Oh, I know why. I remember. Yes, he used to behave like that. Okay. And they cool down. Yes, that's the beauty of coming out. Because if we all stayed in the closet, believe you me, many things would be happening. It's worse to be in the closet because, number one, you can't even discuss about things that affect LGBTQ people. They have sicknesses, they have poverty, they are homeless. So the best way to solve them is to know who they are, and 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 keep them, and assure them that they are part of society, whether you're out or in. As I told you, very many people in China. Imagine in China, out of the 70 million that are LGBTQ, only 15 million are out. Only 15 million are out. The rest are in. Imagine if all those 70 million were out. China would be a very calm democracy, and they would not really attack LGBTQ people. But if you have very few people who are out, they attack those few and they force the others to stay in, and then that's it. That's how you can finish a movement in a very bad way, like what happened in Uganda. They just took people. They can't live with LGBTQ people who are proudly saying they're LGBTQ. Anyway, don't worry. In the end, the world is getting better and better, and the more guys are getting to know, the more they're understanding LGBTQ people, and we will all live in peace and harmony.